Stagnancy means that when something is not moving and you're just there, there's no movement, like you're not improving, there's no improvement about something.
Stagnancy is being in a state where you are mentally, physically, emotionally and spiritually not moving.
Well, the Yoruba people, there's this way they say something. They say, "Ko pass, ko fail, ko kuro class." What this means is, you know pass, you know fail, you know come up for class. They use it to insult people, actually. So it's just, but it just means when you're not moving, when something is not moving, when you're not attaining your set goals and things like that.
Why stagnancy seems to occur is as a result of many factors. Physical factors, biological factors, mental factors that make it seem like you are not moving forward. Nothing is happening. Same old. You hear people say, same old, nothing has changed, it's the same old thing.
Well, I think stagnancy is just a perception, because it deals a lot with it deals a lot with spirituality. If you're spiritual, stagnancy, just you can't see yourself that you are stagnant. If you have faith and you're spiritual, you believe in the spiritual rule, you won't see yourself as being stagnant. It's just a perception, what people think of you.
Why these things occur is due to lack of activity, circumstances beyond our own selves, in situations where people's health are declining. You've been sick for many years, you have a terminal disease, there is no change in your situation, you have a financial problem you've been unable to solve, you have a spiritual issue, you're not growing spiritually, physically you're not growing. I
don't see myself being stagnant, because people might see it. That's what they think. That's a perception, and perceptions are not true reflections of the situation. So I feel is more of stagnancy. When you talk about stagnancy, it's just what people think of a situation, and it doesn't have to be the true reflection of that situation. So I've never been stagnant.
Stagnancy for me is a perception, is a point of view, is temporal. This too will pass. Nothing lasts forever. And for most people, they take stagnancy so seriously. They take it so personal. Most of these things are, in most cases, beyond our personal control.
Yes, I have my ups and downs. When my trying times, I just try to connect more with my spirituality. I have faith in whatever I'm doing, and I know that I'm going to forge ahead. It's going to, this too shall pass. That's what that's my slogan for this kind of things. This too shall pass, because we weren't promised a smooth journey. Yes, you have trying times, and it's how you deal with it and overcome these things that matter the most. That's what you should pay more attention to.
So I think one of the ways we can manage the situation is to analyze it critically. Why am I in this situation? What is the way forward? How can I move past this? Am I really stagnant? Also, looking at other things in your life that's moving for you. The way God created life, He didn't create life in a stable, immobile way. Something is always happening to you, biologically, physically, mentally. Where you are mentally last 3 years is not where you are right now. Where you were biologically 5 years ago is not where you are right now. So I think if you are stagnant in a particular place in your life, look for other places where you have been moving.
Like some period, time you might feel, yeah, things are not working out, you lost your job, this, that, you're ill, you're that. And for me, just go with the flow of life. You don't have to overdo it. You don't have to overpressure yourself. So I feel you just have to transfer your energy. If this is not working for you, transfer that energy to something else. And that way, I think you'll be at peace with yourself. and even the world will see, you need to just prove the world wrong, and the world will see a better side of you.
Look for other places where you have been progressing and appreciate those places and celebrate those places, and also work on your stagnant spots. Why am I here? Why am I not moving? What can I do to move? What can I do to pass this? And you see yourself moving, you see yourself progressing, you see yourself solving that problem.
If you transfer your energy to other productive things, it would do you more good. You understand? So I just feel that it's just the way you handle every situation, because this is about you. And stagnancy is what people think. For me, is a perception of what is a perception. That's what people think about you. So it's left for you to man up, own up, and face these challenges as much as you can, and just prove people wrong that what they think is not what it is.
From the sandy desert of the north to the great mangrove swamp of the south, there is a national icon that has steadily identified with the Nigerian nation state, bringing you educative information that entertains, galvanizing the people towards national development, unity, understanding, peace, and love. We have inspired the people through decades of thorough professionalism in television broadcasting and undiluted patriotism. With our presence in over 110 cities across the nation, beaming television signals within the continent of Africa and across the Atlantic, the Nigerian Television Authority has indeed come of age. We are still here, and even stronger to face the challenges of nation building. NTA, we are Africa's largest television network. You can't beat the reach.
Hello, you are tuned in to Emotions with Omenesa, and this is a show where I encourage you to take control of your emotions. Otherwise, your emotions will take control of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And like I said, this is a show where we talk about emotions. We talk about emotional things. From depression to low self-esteem, to why you are so angry, to why you cannot have any children, to why your husband doesn't love you, to why you don't love your husband anymore, to infertility, to infidelity, anything that has to do with completely torturing your emotional life, that's where you find me, because that's what my mission is. My mission is to meet you at the end of the road. So, today, our topic is on stagnancy. Stagnant. A lot of people are stagnant. A lot of people are dormant. First of all, what does stagnant mean? To just be in one place. Nothing is coming in, nothing is going out. You're just there. You're in the same job, the same neighbors, the same landlord, the same everything. Everything is just the same. Everything is still boring. Nothing is changing. Your marriage is so bland. There is nothing inside it, especially that time. There is no time for you and your husband. There is no time for the children. Everybody is working. It is boring, and it is driving you crazy. And you keep on saying, I can hardly wait until these children leave. I can hardly wait until I get that money. I can hardly wait until I do this. I can hardly wait until I do that. Let me tell you something. If you do not take control of your life, and if you do not move, you will remain there. Money is not just going to knock on your door. You have to get up to knock on it. Nothing changes until you change. So today, our topic is on stagnancy. And you know that I like to pretty much spell out the whole word, and then that's how I give you my points. So the letter S. When you realize that you are stagnant, when you realize that you are in the same place, you see, there is something so funny about life. When you've gone through something, especially when it's very recent, you seem to be talking about that same thing over and over again. So the most recent thing in my life is that my mom passed. I lost my mom. She died. She didn't travel. She died. It was a horrible experience. I watched it happening. I watched the process going on for months. And I'm telling you, when she left this earth, everything stood still. Everything. I found myself at a standstill. And I had to ask myself, okay, what next? Have you ever asked yourself, what next? What happens now? Okay, what's the next plan? What next? Because the worst has happened. So you may find out that stagnancy may come, or stagnancy may seem to come after you've had a very rude awakening, after you've had a situation that was totally out of your control. In my case, my mother died, and everything came to a standstill. And I asked myself, what next? So the letter S in the word stagnant is when you find yourself stuck in one place. Number one, you have to smell the roses, even if they are not there. The scent, your imagination. Start to smell the roses. Start to remember your dreams. Start to remember when you thought that you would be a nurse, when you thought that you could fly a plane, when you knew that you could have 5 children, when you knew that you could own a tailoring shop, when you knew that you could be a printer. That dream that you had, oh, Tochukwu was going to be a football player. What was that dream? Let me tell you, the fastest way to find your dream is to revert to when you were 5 years old, when you were 15 years old, when you were 18 years old. Because when you're younger, you are unadulterated. You're not stained. You're not tainted. So your dreams are very, very pure. That is exactly what you were probably called to do. And then secondly, which is the letter T, you train yourself and you teach yourself for that thing. So you wanted to be a pilot, it's time to go to aviation school. So you wanted to be a makeup artist, it's time to learn your craft. So you wanted to sing, it's time to go for voice lessons. It is time to do an album. In my case, I wanted to be a hospice nurse. Hospice means when a patient has been given 3 to 6 months to live. I've always wanted to take care of people in that field. And when I used to live in Kentucky in the US, I pretty much did that job, but I wasn't certified. So when my mother died, I went to New York and I trained myself and I certified myself to take care of terminal ill patients as a home health aide. So train yourself in the field in which you want to do. Is it gele? What is it that you want to do? Is it nails? Is it Ankara like I do? For me, I had to train myself on entrepreneurship, how to actually market, import, and export these Ankaras so that I'm not just a mumu, just selling things and I don't even know how my profit is coming, if I'm losing anything, if there's shrinkage or anything. So you have to train yourself. Another word, letter in the word stagnant is the letter A. After you've trained yourself, it's now time for you to amplify yourself. It's now time for you to make that dream bigger. It's now time for you to build on it. The next point is the letter G. After you have amplified this, your dream, after we now have named our organization, we have given it a name, we have trained ourselves for it, it's time for the guarantors. And mind you, a guarantor is not just somebody who gives you money. A guarantor is not necessarily somebody who sponsors you financially. A guarantor is a mentor. A guarantor is somebody that you look up to. A guarantor is somebody who is walking in the same line in which you also want to walk in. A guarantor is somebody who has made it to the finish line on the same journey that you are on. My guarantor are Sam Oye. My guarantors are Shimite Bello. My guarantors are Denise Heard. I have a lot of guarantors, and there is something about a guarantor. Because you have a lot of dreams, some of you have 5 dreams, 10 dreams. For me, I have 1 million of them. I have realized that I can't go to Sam Oye for a certain type of my dream. When it comes to emotional support, when it comes to, being sound, when it comes to writing a song, when it comes to writing a book, Sam Oye is right there. Now, for Shimite Bello, when it comes to her giving me advice on how to run my marriage and how to do business at the same time, that's who I go to. So when you have a guarantor, you have to be loyal to your guarantor. You can't be gossiping about your guarantor. You can't just be talking anyhow about your guarantor. And you cannot have a whole million guarantors who you know may really not be, be walking in accord to your calling. You understand? You have to be loyal to your guarantors. If you're in the Christian sector, you could actually give them gifts. You could pay your tithes or something, you know. Forget about religion. When you have a guarantor, appreciate the guarantor. I do not walk into my guarantor's house or into my mentor's house empty-handed. It's either I'm bringing a tie, or I'm bringing a shoe, or I'm bringing money, or a text message, or a phone call, or a prayer, or something. Because that person is investing in your life. So I'm going to do a quick recap. When you find yourself in stagnancy, you have to smell the roses, then you have to train yourself, then you have to amplify, and then you do have to have a mentor, which is a guarantor. After you've had this guarantor, what next do you do? The word is stagnant. Stagnant. S-T-A-G-N-A-N-T. So the next word is, or the next letter is N. After you've had your guarantor and you've had your mentor and you have people who are leading you in the right direction, you have to negate. That's the letter N. You have to negate the naysayers. Oh, people will talk. Oh my gosh. You want to be a pilot. Haven't you seen that planes have been crashing everywhere? Ha! This is when people will tell you how you cannot do that thing that you've always wanted to do. I remember when I came into Nigeria and I wanted to start my organization called Pearls International. Everybody told me, in Nigeria, you cannot open an organization where women are talking. Women don't talk in Nigeria. Well, to prove them wrong, in all of our organizations, in all of our meetings, people come, they talk about incest, they talk about pornography, they talk about abortions. Sometimes people say things in our support group and my mouth is wide open. I cannot believe that this is the same Africa where they said that women cannot talk. It is a lie. When people have bad belly, or when people refuse to move, they don't want anybody else to move. Misery loves company. So when you are stagnant, please negate the naysayers. Then next, find time to rest, which is the word assuage. Find time to rest. Relieve yourself. Go on vacation. Okay? Go on vacation. Rest. Sleep. Drink water. Just enjoy yourself. The next letter is N, which is number your days. Life is so short. When I was watching my mom pass away the way that she did, it was inevitable. It was obvious that she was going to go. And it suddenly dawned on me that one day I too will go. So you have to number your days. You can't keep wasting your time, waking up in the morning and you're not even doing anything with the breath that God has given to you. No, 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 no. That is pretty much an abomination. Pick up the phone, make phone calls, write a book, sing a song, fly a plane, jump out of a plane. I don't care what you do, but you better be doing something. Number your days. Stagnant. And then the letter T. Thrive. Be happy. Be free. Set yourself free. Thrive. Forgive yourself. Forgive people. Forgive people. When my mother died, I had a lot of people to forgive. I had a whole lot of things to let go of. And I didn't want to forgive because I found out that bitterness and anger is a very, very good excuse to do some things. But my dear, you will die very quick and you will end up with ulcers. So I got rid of it and I decided to thrive and I decided to be free. I decided to set myself free and I am no longer stagnant. I am right where I am supposed to be, and you too can be right where you are supposed to be. So until next time, keep on tuning in. Remember that in order to take care of your emotions, you're going to have to be in control. So make sure that your emotions are not in control of you. God bless you. Bye-bye.
You will have to jump off a cliff just knowing that you will not crash. If you're not in control of your emotions will be in control of